one thing I've learned in this life is money is the root of all evil. You have to open your eyes, especially when you do what we do. I let you into my life and express to you my feelings, and that shows how serious I'm being. So why are we beefing for no reason?
Reality check, yo, I just wanna do my thing, avoid all things that can't help me. If I didn't have another hit song, the label would have probably shelved me. In this current climate, I could tell you that ain't healthy. That's why I'm all out living wealthy, and I ain't gotta do that cause you tell me.
Right guys, today I have a UU match with someone called Antariantari, Antari 3 times. His link will be in the description. I also got this file from Abra's Asylum, which will also be in the description. I lead out with Cypher and U-turn out on the Star, knowing that I can't really do much to it. Normally being physically defensive and likely that they carry Ice Beam. I switch into my Blastoise, knowing that Ice Beam or Surf will be walled by my Blastoise. And if he wanted to lay up spikes or rocks or anything, I could spin him away, which is all good. I then get the Toxic off, which is one of my best ways to take this on the start down. Unfortunately for him, he misses the Toxic, which, you know, sorry for that hack, but I mean, what is it, 85% accuracy, so yeah, you're not going to get it all the time. I protect here, but he goes for spikes, which works out well for him. Yeah, Abra's Asylum, cool place. Just started going there a little bit more. Cool place. Anyway, so I get the Surf off, and that does a fair chunk, bearing in mind I've got no special attack investment. And he knocks off my leftovers, which is kind of annoying, because obviously Blastoise, with its protect and Toxic stalling, that's what this intends to do. Leftovers is quite useful. So basically all I'm doing now is blowing away the spikes, making sure that he can only have at most one layer once he dies from Toxic Poison. And then hopefully I can get rid of him at a later date, and his main entry has its set of Abra, for want of a better word, will be out of the picture. Right, so his Star goes down due to Toxic. He sends in Lantern, which is a massive war in the air. I didn't realise just how good these things were. So yeah, I go for the Toxic, predicting that he wouldn't go for Thunderbolt. He over-predicted there. I now predict that he is going to go for the Thunderbolt and switch out into my Venusaur, my special wall. Then he switches into his Haunter, an NFE, which I don't really like to see. And this play really screwed my Venusaur. Lantern was the main thing I couldn't overcome. Venusaur was the only way to do that, and the Haunter tricked me a Choice Scarf. So, yeah. And he then goes into his Miltank, knowing I have to switch out because I'm stuffed, and if I go for Slip Powder again, I'll break the Slip Claws. I go into my Cypher, U-turn, and go into my Steelix, another physical rocks, thing with rocks in this thing basically. And the Thunder Wave doesn't affect me. I was expecting a Thunder Wave or a Body Slam, so whichever way it would have done it. He then goes to the Heal Bell, getting rid of the poison on his Lantern, and also the sleep on his Haunter. I get my rocks up, which is kind of useful, I guess. Yeah, obviously you need rocks, but then he gets his own rocks up. And I roar him out back into his Lantern, which is really what I didn't want to be seeing. He then goes for a Confused Ray. I stayed in here wanting to explode, but unfortunately I hit myself in confusion. An explosion would have been the only way I would have been able to take this Lantern out, now that my Venusaur is useless. I then go back into my Venusaur, with the aim being purely just to Toxic it and then get back out. Yeah, Hydro Pump does a decent chunk, I guess, but he predicts the Toxic and goes into his Skuntank. I'm then going to my Arcanine, thinking this was my Arcanine with Intimidate, but it's not, it's one with Flash Fire. He then gets the Night Slash off, and he gets a crit which takes my Arcanine down. So yeah, Arcanine went down to 1 blow, and Venusaur was crippled, so effectively it was a 4 against 6 due to my bad play. Yeah, so he then predicts that I'm going to Rapid Spin it, and I thought he would do that, so I went for the Surf. And here is a kind of good play by him bad play by me. I protect here, thinking just to scout if he's got a Thunderbolt. And he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which obviously doesn't hit because of Protect. So I thought, oh, maybe he doesn't have Thunderbolt. But yeah, he then goes for the Thunderbolt, so it's really good play there. So, but fortunately enough, it leaves me with 20 HP and surface enough to take the Haunted down. But obviously, I'm slow as hell, so I'm just going to die to anything basically that comes in, especially now that I haven't got leftovers. He goes for the Ice Beam, probably predicting a switch into Venusaur, but I mean, anything's enough to take me down at 20 HP. So then sending my Magius, thinking that he might try to status me and that I could get a substitute up and then nasty plot. But he goes straight for the Hydro Pump. My thinking here was then I could substitute and wait for a Hydro Pump miss, it not being the most accurate move. But he wises up to that really quite quickly. I substitute and he then starts going for the Thunderbolt, knowing that it will break my substitute, and it's a far safer choice than Hydro Pump. So I then go for the Shadow Ball, thinking there's no point in substituting down, and it does nothing. This thing has got monstrous HP, and I assume it's max special defense CVs. So yeah, my Shadow Balls, even though they're stabbed, come from Miss Magius, which has got good special attack. They're doing nothing. So yeah, Miss Magius goes down to the Lantern. Scyther comes back in and gets completely annihilated by rocks. I thought he might switch, so I U-turn back out, knowing that I've got one more switch back in because of my my odd HP. Go into my Steelix, which gets a little bit of damage from the entry hazards. He recovers half of that off with leftovers. He goes for the Seismic Toss, attempting just to wear me down, knowing that Steelix really has no valuable or viable recovery. I just explode on that Miltank. But that's still not enough. Miltank being a defensive beast as it is, and Steelix having no attack investment, still not enough to take the Miltank down. So yeah, my Scyther now has 1 HP, and our Aerial Ace just to finish off the Miltank. So he then sends in a Xatu, which gets some rocks damage, and I was thinking maybe I could get rid of that with an Aerial Ace, but it's Scarf. So yeah, Psychic's going to take out my Scyther and also going to take out my Venusaur. It's super effective. So really good going on Antari. His link, as I said, will be in the description. Abra's Asylum's link will be in the description. Like, comment, subscribe as usual, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.